All right, welcome back to the channel. My name is Julius Big Flicks. This is NCJ Digital Tech Reviews. We're going all out today. Today we're going to talk about cameras. We're going to talk about the cameras I own, the cameras I've purchased in the past, and why I purchased those cameras in the past, and why I'm where I'm at today. So, first camera I've ever purchased was the 70D. Everybody knows back in the 2011 era, 2010, the 70D was like the camera to have for music videos. So that was one of the first cameras that I've ever owned. Well, I'm not gonna say ever owned. I own a different amount of cameras, but that was the first camera that I decided to purchase in order to do music videos. Reason I purchased this camera was because, so I was a rap artist and I was looking for somebody to shoot a music video for me. They tried to charge me $2,000. And me, with my mindset, is like, well, if I'm gonna pay you $2,000 to shoot a video, why don't I take that $2,000 and invest in my own camera system and shoot my own videos and also be able to make a profit by shooting other people's videos in the process. So I purchased the camera, really didn't know too much about it, and just started shooting. And then I even bought me a little handy cam and was started shooting videos and vlogs and stuff like that. Never really went nowhere with it because I stopped. And then fast forward to 2000, I want to say 14, 15, I bought a 6D. So when I purchased the 6D, I wanted to go, somebody was saying, hey, you should try to go into a full frame setup. So I purchased the full frame setup, and that was the 6D. And it gave me what I wanted, and then I started shooting videos. I shot one video on that camera, and in 2015 now I want to do I want to be able to do 60 frames per second in 1080, but the 6D didn't have full 1080. It was only 720, so that was kind of a downer for me. So I kept the 6D, and then I ended up purchasing a A6500. So when I purchased the A6500 and then I looked at the price of the A6300, the only difference between the two was in-body stabilization and touchscreen. So I took the A6500 back and I got the A6300. Worked fine for me, still not understanding settings because I took a hiatus from 2011 to 2015, and we'll talk about that later too. But so when I got back into it in 2015, 16, 6D, A7 III, shot my first commercial with the A6300, shot it for CKO out in Manalapan. Still didn't really understand it. I actually, quick side note and story here, I actually bought the A6300 and a lens that day and went to go shoot that night, not even knowing how to use the camera or whatever. Still, it came out good. I shot it actually with the A6300 and the 6D Mark II, and I brought a friend with me, and the shoot actually came out really well, even though I kind of finagled it, but it worked. So the video was really good. I'll link it down below and you can go check it out. And that was like my first very commercial video that I shot. And so after that, I kind of fell in love with Sony. I became Sony all the way. I even created a page called More Sony 3, link in the description. And so I've been in love with Sony cameras for the longest, but I was still missing something from those cameras. So I even purchased the A7R III at one point in time, which I thought was going to be great, but still not giving me the quality that I want. And what I had to realize is these cameras could have gave me that quality, but it was all in post-production and lighting. And I was still, learning, and I'm thankful for YouTube because I learned so much from other people and other channels. And that's why I decided to create my own during this quarantine time. But, you're never gonna get, the only way you can get the look that you want is by creating that look. You're never gonna get it straight out of camera. You have to create it. And the best way to create it is to understand lighting and editing. Because all of that, especially light color grading. You don't need to be a colorist. I'm not a colorist, but I learned light color grading, and I learned how to understand lighting, how to shape light, how understanding the psychology of lighting. And once you understand lighting and color, it makes your visuals come out so much better. I used to look at why I see imaging videos, and I'm like, why doesn't my video look like that? He's shooting on an A6300. Why doesn't my videos look like his? And then when I dove into what he does, he color grades clip by clip. You know, I used to look at Premiere and think that, oh, I can just do this and it'll do all of that. But no, that's kind of a lazy filmmaking. So I learned to color grade my images clip by clip and learning the master tab and X, Y, and Z. So it's, you know, that's the beauty of filmmaking though, and creating something is you are in full control of it, from the lighting all the way to the colors. You're in full control, and that's what's it about. So let's get back to the cameras I use now. So I still use the A7 III for some commercial work and wedding work. But the cameras that I fell in love with the most now from my creative standpoint. Here's my A7 III, right? Still love this camera. I actually just took it out the other day, and yeah, I love this thing, man. I love the 28-75 I have on here. Great lens. Yes, great lens. I love it. So I recently just took this camera out and did a little drive-by shoot for someone's birthday. Really forgot how phenomenal this camera was because I've been shooting on the Z6 so much, which I'm shooting on right now. And I kind of fell in love with the Z6 because I love the OLED display on top of it. I just love the way it feels in my hand. I love how the screen is fully touch screen in the back, the viewfinder. You know, I'll give you some of my thoughts on that later, but there are some cons to the Z6, but there's a great feature for video makers such as myself on the Z6. But the two cameras that I fell in the most for all my video work, you know, for music videos, short films, things like that. The cameras that I love the most are my Blackmagic cameras. So this is my Pocket 4K right here. If this thing's gonna focus for me, there we go. So this is my Pocket 4K and it's small rig case. And then I have, where's my big boy? And drum roll please for the big boy. Here's my big fella. Right, this is my Pocket 6K. Oh, the kit is not really rigged out today. It's just, you know, but this is what I use to create my magic. This has the 16-35 L series lens, 2.8. I love the raw capability of it. I love how I can really dial things in and how it doesn't fall apart as much. And I was chasing this look. And now I am like very satisfied with the look that I get out of those cameras. I prefer to shoot more on the Pocket 6K because it's 2.35 sensor. And I just love the look of it. The Pocket 4K is a good camera. I do like shooting on it. But I don't know, it's just something, it's not the 6K. I like shooting videos on my Nikon Z6 because I can still color grade. I can push the colors a little bit because I'm out of an auto mode. So I'm getting that Z log and I'm also getting that 10-bit. So I love doing any type of music videos or projects like that. I'm gonna shoot on either the Z6 or I'm gonna shoot it on one of my pocket cameras. Anything dealing with like a wedding, X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna shoot it on my A7 III and my A6400, or you know, I'm gonna shoot on one of those cameras plus the Z6 without the auto mode. I'm gonna shoot it on because it doesn't take that much and it doesn't eat up a lot of memory. You know, it's perfect for weddings, and it's also good for music videos. I've shot music videos with the A7 III. I've shot music videos with the A6300, A6400. And you know, nowadays I can shoot with any camera and make it look good because I know how to color grade and I know how to light. So I can shoot with anything and make it look and give it a really good look. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that the camera, I spent a lot of money chasing a look, when reality is when all I needed to do was educate myself on lighting and editing, color grading, you know, things like that. And that gives you your look. So if you do it pre-production, then you don't have to really worry about it in post-production. So the gist of it is, don't focus on the camera and what the camera is going to give you. Focus on the look that you're trying to get from the camera. Create that in post with your lighting, X, Y, and Z, and then it's so much easier. If you like stuff like this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and then, I don't even know really, but until next time, guys, peace.